A round of fire that reignited a dispute that now threatens the long-awaited independence of South Sudan. This attack on the United Nations supervised exit of troops from the contested Abyei region turned what was billed as a peace effort into the fresh beginning of a full-blown conflict between the north and south that many fear could spiral a return to civil war.
Sudan Armed Forces wanted to prolong the lives of the regime by creating a new war or a conflict that they can mobilize people.
Why they insist that they should take Abyei without any referendum, although it is part of the land.
The situation appears to deteriorate with every passing day, with over 100 civilians reported to have been killed and thousands others displaced since the breakout of violence in May. While Abyei has been the scene of sporadic skirmishes over the last 6 years under the Comprehensive Peace Agreement, this is the first time the Khartoum government has formally engaged its troops. Previous clashes were reportedly between proxy militias and sporadic violence between the Arab Mesriya herdsmen and the Southern Ngok Dinka, communities that stake a claim to historically owning Abyei. What is raising international concerns is the fact that unlike previous clashes that were restricted to Abyei, the violence this time around has spread to southern Kordofan, a northern state whose inhabitants are mainly southern, and Unity State, which falls squarely within Southern Territory. Reports of Khartoum using warplanes to bomb villages in Unity and the Nuba Mountains region and their defiant continued occupation of Abyei giving credence to fears that the El Bashir regime may be digging in for full-blown conflict.
We are expecting more of these kinds of attack at the borders as the border demarcation has been not happening. The logical conclusion that you can expect is that South will continue occupying borders to claim for the North to claim that these are their territories.
If anybody thinks that SPLA and the government of Southern Sudan are going to retaliate by attacking Abyei or attacking anywhere in Sudan, we are not going to do it.
Southerners are convinced that the North is in a clear conspiracy to either derail their march to independence or make it impossible for an independent South to take off without Northern support. Barely a fortnight before Abyei erupted, the North had unilaterally closed its borders with the South, blocking the supply of all foodstuffs and even fuel to the South. Juba has suffered acute fuel shortages during the period. We encountered dry pumps from one fuel station to another in what is ironically an oil-rich country.
A lot of food used to come from Khartoum. Now Khartoum preempt by closing the border. But there are many other borders. We have Kenya, we have Uganda, we have Congo. We can get food.
Abyei has traditionally been viewed as a bridge between the North and the South. The Ngok Dinka, a southern tribe, claim to be its original inhabitants. The Mesriya, an Arab nomadic tribe, has also over the years moved to grazing lands in Abyei during dry seasons in the north. The tug of war for Abyei's ownership intensified with the discovery of oil deposits in the contested region. Analysts argue that while the Mesriya Ngok Dinka heritage claims play a role in the dispute, it is the oil question that is Abyei's bane.
They are holding Abyei as a hostage. The way a terrorist might enter into a house and hold a child hostage because they lost their job or part of 65% of their income, and now they want to negotiate with their parents that please, you give me something so that I can be able to live, so that I can release your child.
Sudan's oil deposits are found in the Melut and Magland Rift basins, with the explored oil fields marked on the map here. A majority of the oil reserves are clearly in the south.
The oil that we used to get in the south, we share it with them. We give them 50% and we remain with 50%. And the oil forms 65% of the national budget, of the budget of Northern Sudan. Now that the south has gone, they are losing that 65% of the budget. So they will have a big hole in their budget.
The situation is made worse by the fact that while the oil is in the south, the pipeline and refinery are in the north, leaving the south vulnerable to both exploitation and sabotage by the north.
If we had, during these 6 years, been doing our job well, we would have had another refinery probably refining for us only. So it is a question of leadership that failed to look ahead and to plan accordingly.
Northern Sudan is like a baby which has been weaned from milk, and always they will resist. That is why they keep on kicking here and making lots of noise.
The international community, including the UN and the African Union, are in the process of negotiating a deal between Khartoum and Juba over Abyei. But with the North having defied even the UN Security Council directive to cease the occupation of Abyei, it remains to be seen if Abyei is the small spark that will ignite a costly inferno. Ndebu, KTN Prime.